Our next presenter, he is a very smart, very strategic guy who has learned a form of automation and a way of delivering knowledge and information to people in a way that he runs a multi-million-dollar business with no employees. He does have people that help, they're contractors. I have been to his home, beautiful home, outside of San Francisco, and he has this whole system of what he does completely dialed. So let me just share who he is. Now, a headline in the Huffington Post last year read, "Virtual conference will transform industries worldwide," and they have. One of the experts in this area is John Bowen. He's the CEO and founder of CEG Worldwide. For 14 years, John has put on events just like this one today for his coaching clients. Now he's added this new dimension to his thriving business of coaching highly successful financial advisors. John is the top coach in the world to the most successful financial advisors. And so John's title is 7 Steps to a Hugely Successful Virtual Conference. This is really an amazing delivery system. Welcome, John Bowen.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Okay, over the last 2 days, we have heard a lot of messages from extremely remarkable entrepreneurs. Each of us in the room, we have a message we want to bring out. I'm going to share one more tool, and I know over 2 days we've got a couple tools in it. I'm going to share one more tool that you can leverage that is extremely effective. So how I'd like to start the presentation, I'm going to first define what a virtual conference is, because not everyone, well, maybe a show of hands. How many of you either participated in a virtual conference or have been to one? Okay, so the most of us have been there. I'm going to start with that, and I'll just touch on it then. The second part, then, what I'd like to do is share some of the results we're having. We do over 100 webinars a year. Each webinar I run generates, on average, about $50,000. I'm trying to figure out how I can do 200. I haven't got to that point yet, but they're all automated. Nobody's there. Yesterday I ran a couple. They're all pre-done. We looked at that, and we were seeing the success, and we said, why don't we just do it on a bigger scale? And that's where we started working with virtual conferences. And I want to share the results. And then I'm going to share with you 7 steps that we use to make sure they're extremely effective. And in each of those, I'm going to share a little bit like Ari, and I have worked with Ari, and he's phenomenal, and share with you kind of some of the processes along the way. So let's get started. Very first thing in the 7 steps is to take a look. There we go, technology. Is to take a look at the conference itself. Look around the room here. Do you think this might, I don't know, Joe, what you spent on this? I do 2 of these a year like this, somewhere between $350,000 and $500,000 to put these events on. They're expensive, they're time-consuming, they're energy, they're great meetings, but they're also a lot of things at risk. All of us have gone to professional or trade associations. How many of you have either put one on or exhibited and spent over $50,000 as an event? Yeah, okay, a lot of us have. I'm going to show you how you can stop doing that and make it very effective. And those of you who have avoided that pain of being at a booth and all that, you can be at a virtual booth. So that's what we have here. We have an auditorium you can see in the lobby. You get the auditorium where keynotes. Typically, we'll have about 8 keynotes, 12 to 16 breakouts. We have the lounge where you can chat. There's all kinds of interaction you can generate. There's the exhibit hall, everything. So it's pretty amazing technology. Now, we're just getting started on it. We've done 3 events, but I want to share with you the success we've had. We've started in our core business with financial advisors. We've done 2, and we've done 1 recently. It was really kicked off with Dan and Babs from Strategic Coach, Joe as well, and a number of others here in the room. And it was very successful. Okay, it was a good start on the entrepreneurial side. What we've found in doing this is that there's an opportunity to engage. So you think of a virtual on your desk, seeing this, or on your laptop, or an iPad, or an iPhone. how engaged can you be? The average person that attended across the 3 that we did spent just under 3 hours. They went to 4 presentations. They visited the exhibit hall. They walked away with, on average, at least 5 downloaded reports or ebooks. It's amazing. We were able to put a clear path to really engage them and deepen the relationship with our existing clients as well as the prospects. And it's very cost effective. Depending on how much you do, it's somewhere between, let me go back. It's somewhere, let's see, I get the right slides here. Okay, it's somewhere between 20 to 40 thousand on the effectiveness. Second part here, though, is who's showing up. So we're targeting, and this is kind of a mixed one. We're targeting financial advisors, just, it's fairly high level, 200,000 net income and above. And then the entrepreneurs, we're targeting roughly 5 million and above businesses. But let me give you some numbers. Across the 3, you can see there were 6,357 attendees. Registrations, 2,680 attended. The first one was a financial advisor one we did. We generated over 500,000 of revenue for ourselves, our firms, and that doesn't count any of what the other providers did. So it was very, very successful. And what did the speakers have to do? They basically had to cut a 27-minute video. And if they wanted a booth, they had to show up. Okay, other than that, there wasn't much work. We put all the technology. I don't want to say it's really easy, but if you have a good technology group, it's not hard to do. Is Mike Klein in the room? Mike from Tech Guys Who Gets Marketing has really helped us begin to streamline the processes, much like what Ari was showing you on podcasts. It's just an amazing process, and the data that's generated out of this is unbelievable. I want to focus on the 625. This is the one where strategic coach Dan and Babs were the linchpin. JJ helped me out on this. Vern, I think I saw Vern. A number of you. I'll put the pictures up. Bo Eason over here. So we had a whole bunch of great speakers that helped out. And a couple of lessons. One, 2,600 registered with no effort and no good marketing. Our tech people just shot it up at the last minute. 10% of the people bought a $100 package for the videos so they could have it for the rest of the year. Okay, kind of maybe we should actually do something about that type thing in this audience. Second part is we had 18 people raise their hand. Financial advisors were not invited to this that came and raise their hand. 1/3 of them have already bought a $24,000 coaching program. We had, with just a test market, 8 people raise their hand to become investors through a referral program that's worth a couple $100,000. Okay, so the opportunity we saw and our partners saw were pretty amazing on this. Now, let me go and share with you why. Let's see, there we go. Okay, let me go to the steps. There are some steps that you want to have. Number 1, you want to identify who your clients are. This is one where you really target, we found it to be targeting upmarket. People love this. They love the engagement and everything else. Got to be clear on a date. You need about 3 months to put this on, to do it right. Pricing, there's all kinds of models, but the key is the pricing is mostly free and an upsell. I use On24 as a platform. They are the Cadillac. The way we look at it, I'll make available through Joe, just because of time, I don't want to go into it, but we do a lot of research on our audience. These are entrepreneurs, the level of affluence in the US, and we've got a whole book on that. From there, what we have is the next step is a marketing platform. We use the software Eloqua. It's an unbelievable, it captures every piece of data, the whole thing. It's really important, obviously, to have the copywriting done. From there, what we're looking at is sponsorships. I don't know if Robin is still here, but Robin has taught me an awful lot. If anybody wants to know about sponsorship, Robin Robbins has done a phenomenal job. Very clear to have targeting. The technology we use is iMeet. It's like Go meetings, and it's just, or join me. It's a very successful one. Just real quick, there's a lot of revenue and sponsorship that I didn't get that I am now getting for the next ones. We're running ones in September and November. We do get media partners. They've been really good on doing promotions. The big thing has been email. One of the technologies, though, that we've had a lot of success with is one called Inside Sales. It's a sales automation for telemarketing. Post into your CRM, you're able to do 30 calls in an hour, and we're getting some tremendous success there. In addition, speakers. One of the key things we learn lessons, we got to lock down earlier. You want to have at least 2 weeks to get everything organized with all the videos, make sure it works. One of the best production software where you can shoot it and have it all done is Wirecast. It's a very inexpensive software. This is one of the programs that's just coming up. Most important part is a call to action. The call to action is critical. We look at like Peter Diamandis with Abundance 360, having a program where you're qualifying, strategic coach doing the same thing, having that discussion. We do that as well. In addition, kind of last step, putting it all together is follow-up, follow-up, follow-up. Not only do we get the results immediately, but they trickle in. All the data goes into Salesforce. It is huge having all of that. Last thing is a lot of merchant account stuff. We use a service called PayHub that puts out our business for bid. It's been saved a tremendous amount of money. And with that, you can do conferences with tremendous conference. And what we've gone ahead and we're doing, in 2015, we're going to be partnering with Strategic Coach, with Joe and his team and a few others to put on a series of conferences next year that are going to be really successful. You can too. Wish you the best of success. Your future clients are counting on you here. Thank you.
Thank you.